Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzing Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. Now, joining me in today's show, I'm delighted to welcome Spencer. How you doing, my man?
I'm very well, Trevor. How are you doing?
Well, I'm okay right now, but I'm going to struggle in a second.
You will
because
I'm smelling the food.
Oh, mate, the food's fantastic.
I like to live with this.
But the problem is I've got to try and remember now what you just told me. So it's the London Beigel salt beef.
It's actually the London Beigel.
That's showing off now.
I know. I'll explain to you in a minute the reason why.
London Bagel, whatever you want to call it. Right, London Bagel, salt beef, bar Pattaya.
Yeah.
In other words,
say that when you're drunk.
In other words, he's got an incredible availability here of different foods, which we're going to talk about a lot more in part two. His wonderful wife Nat here. She's the culinary skills. And I'm going to say you're the brains. Is that kind of a good recognition?
I won't say no. I would say she's the brains, to be honest with you.
So that's everything then.
She is.
Well, then get out of the chair. Let me speak.
Well,
to Nat.
I did say, but she doesn't like talking.
Right.
How this started?
No, don't tell me. I'm running. Don't you start leading the way.
I'll tell you.
All right. So now, before we talk about Nat, which we're going to go into a lot more detail in part two, and I have to say, guys, if you haven't checked it out, I will put a link in the description below. Have a look at the culinary delights that Nat produces. They are incredible, and that's one of the reasons why I came to speak to Spencer and to Nat. But before we get into that, let's talk about you. Because there are a few rumours going around. You're pretty known for like some pretty videos that you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll go into that in a bit, but
yes.
Let's talk about you. So, Spencer, where are you from originally?
I'm from the UK.
Whereabouts?
I'm from a place called Hertfordshire, Bushy.
Oh, okay.
Bushy Heath in Hertfordshire.
Nice.
Very nice. Yes.
Nice. And what were you doing back in the UK?
Well, I had multiple businesses.
Okay.
We was very big in communication, toiletries, cosmetics, perfumes, and multiple things.
Right. And, so never a dull moment.
No, never a dull moment.
All right. And cast your mind back to when you were living in the UK. When did you first come to Thailand? When did that happen?
Probably about 15 years ago.
Okay.
Right. But it was literally a flying in and out. It wasn't for a holiday. It was in and out.
You shouldn't say that when you're talking about
I know. But it wasn't Pattaya. I came over here.
Yeah.
Had some work to do over here. Actually, I've known that for 20 years.
Okay.
So it's not like we've known each other for whatever.
Yeah.
In fact, if you see the picture there,
wow.
see I was 40 then.
You've changed, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got fatter and balder. Yeah.
I can relate to it. Don't worry.
Yeah. So that's my two boys, and obviously the kids and the boys. And
in that picture, you're getting fatter.
Yes, I am.
So obviously you've been here a while then. It happens to us all.
Well, actually, yeah.
So you're in the UK, you come over here 15 years ago, and that wasn't for like a social visit. That was a business visit.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you come here socially?
I came here 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Oh, so same time as me then.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And basically, like many of us, I was going through a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Nat was here.
Yeah.
I never knew anybody that was here. And I said, I'll come over here. And she said, well, I'll show you where to go and do everything. And I came over here, and Nat helped me find a house, and I was staying at a place just behind Tara Court. I took this. I used to have big houses in the UK, and when I came over here, I rented a 5-bedroom house, 4,500 square feet. It was only me in it, and my thought, don't ask. And my thought pattern was, well, there'll be a room for my 2 sons.
Yeah.
There'll be one for me for a little office because I'm still doing my work. And I do. And I've got a spare room for friends. In reality, okay.
Yeah.
But,
Have your sons been out? Well, obviously they've been out.
They've been.
What did they make of Dad coming out here to live?
To begin with, I mean, I used to travel to Asia a lot because I had businesses in Asia. I had a business in Singapore and Hong Kong. We had offices there, so I was always travelling backwards and forwards with what we do. And so it was no big deal to a point. and we came over here, and it was really because I felt it was very traumatic for me, and I just needed a way of life, and it was kind of, I didn't want to be in Bangkok. Nat knew obviously this area. She came over, she said, "I'll show you around."
Yeah.
And it kind of started from there.
Yeah, I'm guessing like Bangkok, probably because you just didn't want to be in the city environment. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, I won't go into everything that I've done, but I mean, some of the brands I owned are world famous brands.
Yeah.
I developed them in the UK to be quite strong, and in our communication business at one point, the third largest. And we did well,
Yeah.
but I kind of, as well as being good, we also went pair self at the same time. It's business, it's life, it's what happens.
Yeah.
And came over here, new life, new start, and it's been good for me in multiple ways.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years, that's the time I came out here to live, so we're very similar in that respect.
Yeah.
And I mean, it has changed considerably over those 10 years, I think. I mean, how do you feel it's changed? What are your thoughts on the city?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got here, I never had a business here. We don't have a business here now. But I was doing my work, my trading from the UK, which was still very good. It was quite strong. Then that died because the communication market died. The whole thing started to evolve in different areas. I met quite a few guys. I mean, my day was every morning going down to Tukon, meeting a group of guys, having a chat with coffee. And it kind of got a bit boring, and I was getting bored with it at the same time. And we eventually now dispersed. None of us see each other.
You must have been like a kid in the sweet shop then, if you went to Tukon and you're into communications.
Well, not really, because what they've got in there.
I know what you're going to say. You're thinking, oh really? Original? Really?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, we were, I won't go into what we were doing, but it was we knew that industry pretty well.
Yeah, I must admit, it's like when you get your latest Samsung and then you hold it in your hand and the sticker comes off and you think, oh, really?
I'll tell you the thing. I mean, we're in communication, and most of the guys that I know who are in the mobile communication are less techy than anybody else. They've got the most basic of mobile telephones. They seriously. Often, in fact, I speak to one of them who's a very good friend of mine. He's been in communication for years. He doesn't even know how to use his emails and his phone properly. It's quite funny how things happen.
Brilliant. So you met Nat.
Yeah.
Then you created, and we're going to talk about that in a lot more detail in part two. You created, and I'm not going to try and say that long name again. So we're going to call it. We'll call it the Beigel Company.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to refer to it as. But the actual link will be in the description below. So you started that off, and that's been something which has progressed and progressed and progressed. It's fantastic to see how well you've done. Aside from that, I mean, how do you relax? What do you do to occupy your day? Because clearly you're sat here, and poor Nat, she learned about their work. What do you do?
Well, I've got my businesses in the UK, which we deal with, which is bloody hard going at the moment.
Yeah.
It's seriously hard with everything. It's not easy by anything in imagination. We don't relax. I mean, I'm just a workaholic. I love work. To me, work is not work. I enjoy doing what I do. We've only been doing the salt beef, as you say.
Yeah, that long one.
It's only been 4 months.
It's incredible because you're everywhere on social media.
Only 4 months, and when we started doing this, we was only doing it 1 day a week, and it all started really and truly because Nat wanted to cook for me healthy food.
Okay.
That was the whole thing.
That's how it started.
That's exactly how it started.
Didn't work then, did it?
No, it started to, and it went completely downhill.
Well, I guess the problem you had then is that, I mean, having seen the food pictures that Nat's put out and you've, I'm guessing, to be fair, I'm laughing at you. I'd be twice your size because I'm thinking, man, that looks so good.
It's hard. Look, what happened was, she started. The funny thing is, I always wanted to open up a restaurant.
Okay.
Always. I mean, in the UK, I used to have in my home every weekend 50, 70 people. Every weekend I used to cater for it. Myself. Barbecue. We used to always do big barbecues. I used to love doing it. And I always thought, well, I'd love to open up a restaurant, and maybe Nat, because she speaks English, she's got a great personality, she'll be the host, like the hostess, and I'll be the cook and all that. I never thought in my wildest dreams it would kind of be that Nat would be doing the cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, if I tell you 15 years ago, if you asked her to cook baked beans on toast, the baked beans would get cooked down the toaster, right? To where she is now, it's just crazy. And she started to look at YouTube and looking at just to cook for me healthily because they said I was a bit like on the border for diabetes. And she really started to get into this cooking thing. And not last November, I said to her, "What, I'm going to treat you for your birthday to go to cooking school if you want." She said, "Oh, fantastic." So we went to a couple of places to look for cooking school. And I said, "You know what? For where the difference is, I'll send you, if you want to, you can go to the Pattaya College.
Yeah, nice.
And when you break it down to the other schools, it's actually not that much more expensive because they supply you everything. I mean, even the food. I mean, anybody wants to, I mean, it's not a pump for just Thailand. If anybody wants to send their girlfriends or their wives or yourself to learn cooking, I recommend the place because it's amazing.
Well, let's hold that for part two. Don't give away too much. I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about a lot more detail about what you did. In terms of Thailand, I mean, I guess the question I've got to ask you is, being in the situation you're in now, being the fact that Nat's such an accomplished chef and that she makes some incredible food, I mean, are you the world's worst person to walk into a restaurant because they think, oh, he's going to criticise?
I have always been the worst person to go into a restaurant. Okay, I go into all the good restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know Blue. I go to cafes and all the time. I go to Patrick's. We go to Peaky Blinders. We go to everywhere.
That's a great name drop there.
Brilliant. Yeah. So advertising, guys, and you can. They're all fantastic restaurants, right?
Well, there's a question for you. How many reviews do you write? Do you review each one?
I do review people. My you know, I go to Nickers as well, which is great, and you know, I go to Sportsman's. You know, I go everywhere.
Yeah.
When I go in there, they just know one thing: Spencer
is in the
likes his food hot.
Okay.
I cannot stand cold food.
Oh, you see, now we're not good to going out on the beer together.
Mate.
I like to go out on the beer, and I'll have a curry.
Yeah.
And because I've had too many beers, I'll only eat half. But the best part of the curry is the next morning when it's cold.
Excuse me, can I just show something?
You can, but don't go too far, you're connected to our wires.
Nah, go in there. Go in there.
Don't tell me you got a cold curry.
I've got a cold curry.
Oh, man, that's fantastic.
I promise you. And do you know where I get it from? I only get our Indian food from one place.
Well, I go Taka House.
I go Warcliffe.
Oh, okay, nice.
It is the best Indian food, in my opinion. Sorry, guys, everywhere else. It's just like.
So, can you eat a cold curry?
I can eat.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Food to me is either going to be very hot or very cold.
Yeah.
If I can't have this, like if I have a steak or I have chips or I have whatever, I can't have it where it's tepid. Do you know what I mean? It's a lukewarm. It's either got to be really hot or it's got to be cold. It can't be that either way. Yeah. And I go in, and I mean, I've been into restaurants, not here, but I have been into restaurants where I've actually ended up going into the kitchen and cooking it myself. Oh, no. In fact, I actually did that over here as well, by the way. I won't say the restaurant I went to, but it was a little while, it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
They couldn't cook a burger properly. And I actually went into the restaurant and cooked it myself. I promise. Here,
I'm so glad I don't go to a restaurant.
I won't say which restaurant because it wouldn't be nice, but I did. I mean, it was just bizarre. But my thing is hot.
Yeah.
Right. If food is no good, I will just do and say it's not right, it's not this. But my quib is always if it's not hot, it goes back.
Do you enjoy Thai food? Because a lot of Thai dishes, I was going to say, a lot of their dishes.
Hate it. I hate, to be honest with you, the only Thai meal I actually eat, and it's only really when I'm not well, is what was it name? Green Thai curry.
Green curry, yeah.
Green Thai curry. That's the only thing I eat, and not very often. I find, it's interesting, I can have, for example, a medium to hot Indian curry.
Yeah.
But with no problem. But I can't eat
spicy
Thai food. I just find it's such a raw spice for me. it kills my stomach.
Yeah.
And I just can't eat it. It's just.
I love it. The spicy.
I can't eat
love
it. I can't eat it. In fact, I really should eat the Indian stuff because I find it's no good. But once a month I do it. But Thai food I can't. It's too raw for me.
So away from restaurants.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you've been here 10 years. I'm guessing you've travelled a bit around Thailand.
No.
Have you not?
No, I'm a lazy bastard.
To be honest. Come on, you're going to get yourself out there.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I used to go back to Bangkok because we did work over there.
Yeah.
And we do. We have done obviously like China Island or whatever, but I haven't really done the. I can't bother with this thing.
Do you go up north to? Where's Nat from?
Bangkok.
Oh, from Bangkok.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, that's easy, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got a win-win situation there, then, because you don't have to go far. You know, I can imagine you venturing up into North Thailand to Isan, and all that food. You'd be like, "Oh man, it's cold, it's spicy."
No, I wouldn't go. I'll be honest with you.
Would you not? No. Oh dear. I mean, it's great. Well,
no, I will get to go up there. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, before we even started this, I mean, I'm busy kind of working. I'm busy doing stuff. You know, it's like all of us at the moment. Nothing is easy.
Yeah.
You know, everybody thinks, it's hard work, and you know, I do my stuff a lot. And my working hours, you know, I'm up at 6 o'clock now. I'm up early because I'm helping now, but I'm up at 6 in the morning, and I finish at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
because I'm working UK timing, I'm working US timing.
Sure.
You know, so you've got to, you know, so I do like 5 days a week, and then Saturdays up. You know,
yeah. You mentioned earlier about your sons. Your sons have been out here.
Yes.
What did they make of it?
I'm
going to have a sip of my coffee while you
answer that. Well, I can tell you, my youngest one, Ricky, right, which is the one in the left hand there, right. He was 16 when he first came over here. And the guys that I was hanging around with were 16, and I refused to take him. Right, took him to the Kinnery. Right,
at 16.
But he looked 23. Right, and he came up with a big smile on his face.
Well, I bet he did.
He did, right? And when we was in the house, he brought a girlfriend over. Right, this girl he brought, it was quite stealthy actually. And he said, and he goes, Dad, he goes, it's really funny. He says, with me, he said, and I was in there for 25 minutes, and when I came out, all the guys cheered me.
Well, yeah, that's a long time, isn't it? 25 minutes. He's showing off. He's showing off there.
So, like, you know, I'll be 5. And my oldest one, doesn't like it.
Not for him.
No, he finds Pattaya very sleep. He likes it where we are, and he likes to. He comes over here when he has been here. He travels. He goes all over the world.
Okay.
So I mean, he's in the music industry.
Yeah.
So he's got 5 number ones.
That's it.
Yeah, gold, platinum. Not him, but he manages the artists.
Yeah, fair play.
And the other one does recruitment. So he's phoning all over the place. No, he hasn't been recently because obviously.
Yeah, things are changing. Yeah. So, interesting point I want to ask you about is now you chose to live in the Pattaya area.
Yeah.
And obviously, a lot of people that are watching are not maybe that familiar with Pattaya because it's either like Jomtien or it's Pattaya, or maybe you're on the dark side eating Pattaya.
Yeah.
What sort of like led you to come here to Pattaya? Because Pattaya is what I would call a real kind of home from home situation where there's not really a huge amount going on here. Why Pattaya?
Well, when I first got here, I never knew anything about Pattaya.
Okay.
Nat knew about Thailand, and she said the only place she used to live around the back door.
Okay.
And so I never knew it, so I kind of got it. And I went to see some other places on the dark side, which I didn't like.
Yeah.
And I like the area. I mean, I'm not a night person. I'm not a clubber. I don't drink. So this would be no good to us. I might have Coca-Cola and glasses or something. Right?
I wish I
lemonade. It's never appealed to me. I'm not a party guy. You know, me, I do my work. I sit down. I push my chair back. I watch my TV.
You'll be asleep in a minute.
I do. I must tell you, like, you know, I finished like last night because it's quiet in the UK. I finished at 11 o'clock. I sat down here. Next thing I knew, it was 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
2:45 in the morning on the chair. It's so comfortable. And the only reason why I got up was because we was going to do a wee. And then, you know, happens when we get to old. And then I went to, it's what happens, and then I sort of kind of went to bed at 3, and then I was up at 5.
Yeah.
And then down at Macro this morning, and that's the day. So.
You're here in Thailand, and obviously you're doing really well with what you've gone into. We're going to talk a lot more about that in a bit to come. If you weren't doing this, what do you think you would do?
Well, understand this is not my business.
Yeah.
It's Nat's business. I mean, everyone sees me with these crazy videos and these things pushing marketing. I'm doing it just to support her.
Yeah.
Right? You know, as my partner, I will give her as much help.
Yeah.
From my experience that I've had over the years and what I've done, and I can help her doing what I can do. And I'm not a shy lad, as I'm sure you've seen from the videos.
Good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Salty, the man who's driving everybody mad about salt beef. Well, this morning we have just cooked wonderful, wonderful, hot, fresh salt beef. Have a look, and Nat is going to carve it. Look at the way she carves this beef. Now, this is all going to customers. Now, if anybody wants to have a fresh, hot salt beef sandwich, not pre-packed, not cold, served with beautiful real English mustard on a proper multi-grain bread, you know where to come. All we are serving on our bagels.
Definitely not shy there.
And I'll tell you how that kind of all started later on.
Yeah.
You know, my where I earn my money, hopefully, is in the UK.
Gotcha.
My dealings and my money, I don't make money in Thailand. It's all outside where I've got distribution. You know, I've got a distribution of the branded kitchen appliances with Mr. Chef, which we supply to all the high street markets.
So I know that name. Yeah, I know that name.
I've got that's my distribution.
Red label?
No. It's not master. It's Mr.
Oh, right, okay, that's one thing.
Right. So you know we've got that, and then I do other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And, you know,
you're a busy man.
I try to be. I'm not making money, but I try to.
Brilliant,
you know?
brilliant.
But it's you've got to keep in the game, keep trying. It's
Indeed,
not easy. It's very hard. And anybody who says it's easy is either extremely lucky or bloody liar.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. They say, it's easy, and I'm like, guys, come on, it really isn't
It's
easy.
hard. It's very, very hard. I mean, I speak to a lot of people all over the world, and you know.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's been fantastic sharing what you've been up to so far. I can't wait to talk to you about the salt beef,
London bagel,
whatever it is you're doing. I can't remember. I actually remember that.
I don't know.
Where'd you come up with the name? Actually, no. Tell me in part 2.
Tell
me in part 2. All right, guys. So that's it from Spencer and myself. I hope you've enjoyed listening to his stories and sharing his experience. Guys, in part 2, which will be out in a few days' time, we're going to dig down deep into that long name that I can't remember, and I'm not going to try it. But it's gone from literally just an idea to now being a really well-respected, well-established brand that people recognise. I see it all over social media. You've got a fantastic reputation. It's a credit where credit's due. And we're going to talk about that in part 2. All right, that's it from us today. Thank you very much for watching. Guys, as always, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Check out our members area. There's more and more members now joining each and every week, which is fantastic. And I am going out there as restaurants are reopening, as the bars are reopening. Gradually, we're going to go out there, and they are going to give you some form of discount when you show your digital ID card. So if you haven't joined, have a look, there's a link in the description below, and join our Discord group. There's over 4,000 people on there right now that are all guys and people like you that have got a love for this wonderful city that Spencer and I call our home, which is lucky for us. But check out our Discord group. As I say, 4,000 people on there. Again, there is a link in the description below. All right, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, please, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.